Ma'am, please. This is everything I have. Put it in the account right now.
Hey, kid. Where did you swip this cash from, huh?
I didn't steal it, ma'am. I swear. I shoveled snow and recycled cans all month. I earned every cent.
Look at you. Look at your shoes. You're a mess. I'm calling the cops. You definitely snatched a purse or robbed a store.
No. Please. If you call the police, I'll tell everyone you were mean to me.
Oh, listen to this little delinquent. Get out of my lobby, you trash. We get your type in here every day trying to scam us.
Beat it! You're making the place look bad. We have VIP clients here. There's no room for gutter trash like you.
When the staff at Sterling Capital Bank decided to humiliate a shivering 10-year-old boy, they had no idea they were sealing their own fate. No one could have guessed that this so-called dirty child was actually the biological son of the bank's billionaire founder, lost a decade ago. Hidden in this incredible story is a twist of karma so powerful, it will leave you in tears. Grandma Rose had tears in her eyes as she hugged 10-year-old Leo back in their small, drafty trailer. The boy was shaking, terrified. He was crying, begging his grandmother never to take him back to that place. He kept saying, "Nana, those people will hit me again." Grandma Rose's heart was shattering. She couldn't comprehend how adults could be so cruel to a child. But what happened inside that bank was worse than she could have ever imagined. It all started that freezing morning when Grandma Rose and Leo went to the bank to deposit their small savings. They were there for a reason. Rose needed surgery, and every penny counted. Leo went to the bank only to help his grandma, but the humiliation that happened there was difficult for any child to bear. The moment they walked in, the atmosphere changed. The bank was filled with men in expensive suits and women in designer coats. Two female employees sitting at the counter behaved as if Leo were a hardened criminal the moment they saw him. They whispered to each other, mocking his appearance, laughing at his torn coat and muddy shoes. They accused him of begging, or worse, planning to steal. But little did these employees know that the child they were making fun of right now would soon become their undoing. Leo gripped his grandma's coat tightly. He noticed the stares. He couldn't understand why these women called him a thief. Tears came into his innocent eyes as he asked his grandma why they were angry with him. Grandma Rose's heart sank. She felt that something wrong was about to happen. The security guard, a large man who should have been protecting them, joined in the bullying. He loomed over the boy, threatening him, asking where a street kid got money to deposit. Leo stepped back, trying to hide. He just wanted to go home. The employees pointed at his clothes, calling them dirty, insisting he must have robbed a house. They claimed children like him were dangerous, with small hands made for picking pockets. The guard shoved the boy toward the door, telling him he was insulting their clean, high-end bank. He told him that rich people come here, and there is no place for the poor. Leo almost fell to the marble floor and started crying loudly. He was terrified. The lobby was full of people, but nobody raised their voice. Seeing Leo's torn clothes, everyone assumed this poor child had come to cause trouble. Some people were even laughing as if this were a show. Grandma Rose mustered her courage and took out her old, worn-out wallet. She tried to explain that they had an account, that they just wanted to make a deposit. But the tellers just laughed at the small amount of money, mocking her, saying it wouldn't even cover their fees. At this moment, a young man sitting in the waiting area took out his phone. His name was Jason, a local vlogger and journalist who had come to the bank for personal business. He felt a knot in his stomach. He knew this was wrong. He silently started recording the entire incident, hiding his phone behind a magazine. Then came the moment that broke everyone's heart. Leo was thirsty. He asked for water. Grandma pointed toward the crystal-clear water cooler in the lobby, but the guard blocked the boy's path. He told him that the water was for clients only, not for dirty children, and told him to go drink from a puddle outside. That was the breaking point. The cruelty was suffocating. Grandma Rose took Leo's hand and walked out. A deep wound had been inflicted on the boy's small heart. Jason, the journalist, followed them out. He stopped them on the sidewalk, introducing himself. He told them that what happened inside was disgusting and asked if he could interview them. He wanted the world to know about this injustice. Grandma Rose, seeing the kindness in his eyes, agreed and gave him their address. That evening, Jason arrived at their small trailer on the edge of the city. The poverty was stark. They barely had heat. Jason sat down with Leo and asked him how he felt. Through tears, Leo explained that he felt like garbage, that they called him a thief even though he had worked hard for that money shoveling snow. Jason fought back tears as he turned his camera to Grandma Rose. She told him the story of how she found Leo. It was 10 years ago, on Christmas Eve, at Union Station. He was a toddler, wandering alone, crying, freezing to death. She waited for hours. She contacted the police, but no one claimed him. He had fallen through the cracks. So she took him in. She raised him as her own. She explained that she was sick, that she needed heart surgery, and that's why they were at the bank, hoping for a loan or just to save what they had. But after the humiliation, she had given up hope. Jason went home and worked all night. He edited the footage of the bank staff bullying the child and combined it with the emotional interview. He titled the video, "Bank Staff Bullies 10-Year-Old Boy. Is This America?" He uploaded it to every social media platform. The internet exploded. Within hours, the video had millions of views. The comment section was on fire. People were furious at the bank and heartbroken for the boy. The video reached every corner of the country. Thousands of miles away, in a luxury hotel suite in London, Arthur Sterling, the billionaire owner of the bank, was on a business trip. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. When he finally watched the video, he was horrified. He saw his own employees treating a child like trash. He was ready to fire them all. But then, he heard Grandma Rose speak in the interview. She mentioned finding the boy at Union Station on Christmas Eve, 10 years ago. The color drained from Arthur Sterling's face. His phone slipped from his hand. His heart began to race. 10 years ago, on that exact date, at that exact location, Arthur had lost his only son, Lucas, in a crowded holiday parade. He had spent a fortune on private investigators, but they never found him. He had never stopped looking. And now, looking at the boy in the video, the eyes, the chin, the nose, he saw his late wife. He saw himself. He immediately called his most trusted manager in Chicago, Marcus. His voice was trembling. He told Marcus to drop everything and go to that trailer. He told him the timeline matched perfectly. Marcus could hear the desperation in the billionaire's voice. He rushed to the address. When Marcus arrived, he saw the poverty, but he also saw the love. He saw that Grandma Rose was in critical condition. He called Arthur and told him the situation was delicate. Arthur screamed over the phone to get them to the best hospital in the city immediately, to spare no expense. He was on his way to the airport. Marcus rushed them to the hospital in a private ambulance. Doctors began treating Grandma Rose immediately. Leo was scared, but Marcus stayed by his side, promising him that everything would be okay. Meanwhile, Arthur Sterling was flying across the ocean, staring at the photo of the boy, praying that his nightmare was finally over. When Arthur arrived at the hospital, he ran to the waiting room. When he saw Leo, he stopped. He fell to his knees. The resemblance was undeniable. He ordered a DNA test immediately, though his heart already knew the truth. A few days later, the results came back. It was a match. Leo was Lucas Sterling, the lost heir. Arthur hugged his son for the first time in 10 years, weeping uncontrollably. Leo didn't fully understand, but he felt a connection to this sad, kind man. When Grandma Rose woke up from her successful surgery, Arthur held her hand. He told her that she had saved his son's life. He told her she was the true grandmother, and she would never live in poverty again. But there was one last thing to do. Arthur wanted justice. He wanted to teach his staff a lesson they would never forget. He asked Leo to go back to the bank. Leo was scared, but Arthur promised him that this time he owned the place. The next morning, a limousine pulled up to the bank. Leo walked in wearing a sharp new suit, carrying a large bag. The bank fell silent. Everyone recognized him from the viral video. He walked right up to the same women who had mocked him. He dumped the bag on the counter. It was full of cash. He looked them in the eye and said, "You said I was a thief. You said I was too poor. Here is my deposit." The women turned pale. The guard tried to step in, but at that moment, Arthur Sterling walked through the doors with his legal team. The entire room froze. Arthur stood next to Leo and announced to the entire room, "This is not a street rat. This is my son." The silence was deafening. The employees who had bullied him were trembling. Arthur looked at them with cold fury. He fired them on the spot, ensuring they were escorted out by security in front of the cameras. He told them that anyone who treats a human being that way does not deserve to work for him. The news spread like wildfire. Billionaire finds lost son. But for Arthur, it wasn't about the headlines. It was about having his family back. He moved Grandma Rose into his mansion, ensuring she had the best care for the rest of her life. Leo grew up with a father who loved him, but he never forgot the lessons of his childhood. They often visited shelters together, helping those in need. This story serves as a powerful reminder to us all. You never know the story of the person standing in front of you. The person you kick when they are down might just be the one holding the keys to the kingdom. Be kind, always.